Hello everyone, hopefully everyone's having a good day. I'm going to start out today's stream with the ISM, which thanks Victor for tipping Levi a biscuit here. he was sitting there staring at me again, waiting for me to start here. Like last stream, so today I'm going to be doing, viewer requests of course, so feel free to request any tanks, but otherwise I'm going to be switching some grinds in too, especially since on EU and also the NA server, probably the REU server too, but there's 30% off tier 8 through 10 tanks, basically for 6 more days now. So I'd like to buy some more tanks here to take advantage of that without using too much free experience. So nice to see you guys. Grigsby, JT, Carl, Randall, Lobova, and Victor, and Floyd. Hopefully everyone's having a good day so far. Alright. Fortunately I got Swamp, which we won't be seeing Swamp soon. Basically another month and this map is removed, and I don't think it's ever going to get added back in, honestly. But there's always a chance. I guess I'm gonna head up here. It's just I don't think I'd be able to play up on that side regardless of what I do. So I'm just gonna hope that I can help out over here. Granted, we'll see. Which there hasn't really been any other news as far as like new news coming about 1.0 or anything of that matter. Like we might see, given their time frame over the past couple weeks, we might see like an update to the test server today or tomorrow, and with that, at some point, they have to, I believe, add in, I think Pilsen's getting added in, but we're probably not going to see Klondike. They said that won't be ready. But apparently the two tier 10 Russian tanks that are still labeled as coming soon, they're supposed to be added into the patch, so I would assume they like to test them and not just chuck them into the live server. Hello, a nice guy. Pranav. The real problem with Swamp, it's just they basically have never been able to, which they're not pushing anybody here, so I'm just gonna already turn and head down lower. They've never been able to balance both sides. Basically, across the many changes Swamp has had, they've never been able to get the win rates across both sides close to one another. Like it's one of, or if not the most unbalanced map when it comes to win percentages. Typically the North, I think it's about 4% higher than the Southern team. Should be safe. Ooh, they have an ISM here though. Should still be fine, but not that I have a shot anyway. Just keeping this building between me and them. And the Yag Tiger. Missed a little bit there. At least I got a little assist damage. Spotting. I would say, luckily I have a... Oh crap, I didn't think he could hit me, but yeah. The accuracy on this is god-awful, so I'm not surprised I haven't hit anything. They only have one SPG, so that's why I was, I'm kind of taking a risk by not, like, going into cover, but... Here we go. But when you actually do hit, that was a low roll there. Your gun actually does hit pretty hard, so... But I wish these guys would get a move on it. But now that the WZ132 pushed, I will gladly push up here a little bit. Yeah, I should have taken that shot when I had the chance. Crap. I was just waiting a little bit too long there. So I should be able to bounce him even if he hits me, but we're just losing a lot of ground quickly towards our base, which, you know, is a problem basically you encounter every single time you play from the southern team here. I guess I'm gonna go for it. I don't particularly want to push out here, but it's make it or break it. Like, either we push or basically we're gonna lose. A Stref 1030 can't exactly hold that flank by himself. Or I guess he could try, but I don't think it's gonna work out very well for him. Honestly, this Scorpion G is gonna get another free shot. It's just, I could have probably shot him. It's just, guys, like, we have an E100 behind us, a JPZ 100, that guys are top tier. There's only 3 tier 10s. You better, yeah, there's 3. Okay, you better push in there. I screwed up a little bit there. Honestly, their newer maps like Glacier, seeing the new like Polish theme map, I kind of like the look of them. You know, they're more wide open, and you know, the main problem I have with maps aren't that, you know, I'm fine with sides being different from one another. It's basically just making sure that you have like an equal or somewhat equal chance, I should say, at winning. Like, if it's in, you know, 1 to 2%, I feel like that's fine, but tactically speaking, like, the northern team on Swamp here has really distinct advantages over the southern side. I see the T-54, but yeah, he's got me because they're chasing him. We'll probably still win this though, given that we made a little bit of a comeback. It's just coming from the north, you have a better TD spot to kind of do Overwatch over, basically to stop this flank, but you're able to push this center area a lot easier, which is the main thing, and also you're able to win this flank easier. And it's a little harder for them, given that there's no cover here, to kind of help and cover their tanks out there if you're like sitting near the base. Hello Pesmed, nice to see you. Unfortunately, I don't have the Object 432 Pranav. Take a look at my tank request list if you'd like to see what's specifically on there. It's a link will pop up here. Alright, so I'm going to get into one more grind before I pop into the T-3485M here. Let me get into the TVP here. Hello, Fix-It, nice to see you. Which, tonight, I'm going to be playing some Battlefield 1. I just saw earlier, too, go figure, today it released early this morning, the last DLC for Battlefield 1. It's called Apocalypse, so coincidence that I'm streaming it tonight, but it should be a fun stream. It looks like a, you know, they're adding in, I think, like four or five maps or something, new weapons and stuff like that, so it'll be interesting. Thank you very much, Labobo, for the tip. Or I think you have it muted, so. Alright. We have a couple tier 9s, which a couple of their tier 8s here are going to be hard for me to play against. It's like, I said it last stream where it sums it up kind of perfectly for the TVP VTU is you're mainly stuck playing off of your team. Like, it doesn't really have any strength compared to other tier 8 mediums, to where you're basically reliant upon your team, even if you're top tier a lot of times, because you don't really have anything to play off of. especially when your team pushes the beach. But we'll see how it goes here. Unfortunately, there's two Arties, so I'm not going to want to play out over there in this thing. Might be able to... no, can't even do that. I use the larger gun, so it doesn't have as much gun depression. I found, even with the more gun depression on the 8.8 centimeter, it wasn't enough to actually use it for the most part. Like, you don't have any turret armor, and it wasn't enough to basically go over hills and take shots without just getting completely torn to shreds, so figured why not just switch to the larger gun. Helped out a bit. It's still really difficult to play, which this spot, I don't really like being in this spot, but nobody was pushing up fast enough, so that's why I kind of held back a little bit. I didn't want to push up on that corner and have, like, say like two heavies or something roll into me. That guy, unfortunately, he got through, which shouldn't be that big of a problem if we pick him up, but I'm concerned about doing what that T-30 just did. This T-44, he does have shots on me. It's just, I should have taken the shot when I had the chance, but this T-10's back here. There we go. He got a nice hit. I'm gonna take a little bit of a risk. It's just, you know, I can get hit through there. Just he has a pretty big advantage over me, given that I can't really pen him. Like, I'm gonna swap over to APCR here. It's just getting artied. I can't pen him on the turret very well. I just got ammo racked. It's, you know, it's basically frustrating playing this tank because you have so many disadvantages compared to other tanks in the same tier as you. Granted, the T-44, because they've buffed it recently a couple times, it's actually probably one of the better tier 8 mediums. Hello, Josh. Nice to see you. Yep, just me and an ammo rack TVP here. Nothing to see. At least we're not down by that much. Honestly, I don't even know where I want to head. At least we're doing decent on this side now. This bat chat's trying to get through. I'm gonna try to hit him, but the accuracy on this is a little iffy. AMX 1375. Unfortunately, yep, he's just rolling right in here. I'm probably gonna get hit from the center, but so be it. Thanks, Artie. I don't know why Artie was following me across the entire backside there. Granted, I was driving pretty straight, but you know, I kind of wasted my repair kit because I thought I got track there, but I didn't. I'm still ammo racked, and yeah, I completely screwed that shot up. There's something about this tank that, you know, I think most people don't like it, but I started off kind of enjoying it. Like, I didn't think it was that bad, but as I've played it more, it's definitely getting rather annoying to play. Yeah, it looks like I should have hit him, but I guess missed. But this is really high on my list to take advantage of that 30% off tier 8 through 10 tanks and hopping into the Skoda. I don't think I can pen a tortoise at this range. I could shoot HE at him, but unfortunately, yeah, I got one shot's worth of damage in this match, and it's put me out of my misery. It's hopping to a T-34 85M now, but there's just something about it to where Like, I don't even need to compare it to other tanks to know that it's lacking to where, hey dog, stop. Basically, yeah. I thought about switching to the 8.8 again, but it just doesn't really have anything going for it. Yeah, I just yelled at you. Trying to act like a cat and groom himself. Alright, so up after this, I'm gonna pop into, I'll do the 110, then do another grind before getting to the Indian Panzer and Hellcat. If anyone did want to platoon, you know, just feel free to message me. You know, typically I platoon on Thursday. Is it Thursday? No. That's Tuesday. Oh my god. Maybe I'm not platooning today. But I say I'm all kinds of messed up because Ryan, she was off yesterday, and like we ended up doing stuff around the house to where honestly it felt like it was later in the week. Yeah. Plus I'm on my I need to go buy like a new coffee maker. I'm on my last little bit of coffee. Her parents are up, and it was technically theirs, like a percolator, and they took it over to her brother's house that they're helping renovate. Thanks for the ultimate challenge, Fix It Man. I'll get to that in a little bit here. And say I was actually testing before the stream. I can get chat to where it does work with both YouTube and Twitch, like on the screen here, you know, on the left side. Don't think I like how it looks though, because it doesn't really have an outline around it, like a black outline. I'm still trying to figure out how to do that, but I'd have to put in like some custom coding to do that, because it goes through Streamlabs. But it is at least working now. Before it wasn't working for YouTube, and sometimes it only worked for Twitch, sometimes it didn't work for any of them. It's, yeah. God. I don't know why we're committing here, but I guess I'll go for it. Trying not to get hit in the side of my turret. I knew that was gonna hurt. No doubt about that. But it's just that thing has a lot of punch behind it. Oh, he's a coming for me. Yep, we all saw that coming. Unfortunately, I probably still should have just hung back. When they pushed in, seeing that they had 3 tanks kind of pushing into the center, I knew I didn't want to do that, but I went with it because had we, say, lost the EZ-8, the T-34-2, you know, we would have been potentially at a disadvantage, but oh well. Unfortunately, the T-34 85M, it's a good tank, but your armor is not going to hold up against a tier 8 tank shooting you like that. They just overextend it a little bit there. I got a 110 up here. Yeah, you know, as far as the TVP, I'm feeling that possibly after this stream, whatever experience I have on the TVP, possibly the RU-251, the AMX, I'm just gonna move ahead 1 tank on basically all my grinds. I have enough free experience to do it. I have to see how many credits I have, but you know, you don't get 30% off often, basically, unless it's on track, so I might just go for it. That way I'm in some better tanks. Not that, like, the TVP, I'll say that's a bad tank, but it's not like a lot of the tanks I'm in are like terrible for their tier. Like, you can still make them work. It's just some tanks I don't play too well in, and you know, I try to change how I play and stuff, but it is difficult. So I'll do a grind after this. After the Hellcat match, I'll do the challenge there. Still kind of waking up, given that I didn't really have my pick-me-up this morning. Say Levi and I have been gardening and doing like finish work on trim around the house, so been a little tired. Thought I was gonna get lucky there, but I'm not in a KV2, so that wouldn't have flown straight. I am really surprised though this Batchat 12T is sitting that far up there. Hello MW, nice to see you. Come on, we can take advantage and get them. I really don't like that there's a horde of high tier heavies coming this way, but yeah. I was trying to. He should be able to get him now. Say I can't end them. I've got a couple HE rounds, but I could probably pen the Object 257 and its cupolas, but I don't know if I want to stay out in front of these tanks that long to actually get a well-aimed shot. Oh, I know. The tier 9 and 10 of that line is kind of the whole point of going up to checks mediums. Are you coming with me, T? Yep, he is. He doesn't have a lot of HP, but... Ooh, oh my god. Really? JPZ 100? You gotta be back there? And a Tiger 2 that literally just spotted me before I could make it all the way to where I need it to be. This guy starting... VK's not turning to me, so I will gladly, or not gladly, but I'll take a shot or two if it means I can help get this VK out. Nope, he's not. I guess I can't fight a... Unfortunately, I took that one other hit. As I say, I can't fight an Object 257 in this. He hits harder than I do. The likelihood of me penning him is pretty low. Where I'm better off getting myself a little bit further up here. If he chases after me, that's definitely not good for me. But my team's doing decent so far. Hey, never mind, he's going for the T-54E1. Maybe he's not going to chase after me. I was trying to put a little bit of distance between me and him, so if he came down here, I wouldn't just instantly die. But I don't think I'm actually going to get another shot on him, but we'll see. I'll still head up here just in case. 94 didn't shoot. Just got plastered. Really don't want to pop up any further, given that they still have TDs back there, but oopsie daisy. That stupid rock was messing up my view. There we go. Already sitting there? That's strange. Thank you for shooting me, though. Hello, Abdul. Nice to see you. Hello, Doug, as well. And, Tal. It's perfect timing for you, getting off of work. Oh, I know. But I'm trying... Honestly, though, I am gonna stop drinking coffee, for work, though. You guys ruined me though with the coffee. I'm blaming you guys. This strive might get me here, but at this point, I accomplished enough. I got a bit of assist damage. I didn't get much damage overall, but I at least helped my team out with kind of getting myself into that little cubby hole. Yeah, I was trying to piss this JPZ off by tracking him. Didn't really work out too well, but I'll just go for damage now. But a decent match given that I was bottom tier in this. I think he just ended up maybe tracked again, but or he just gave up. But 1200 damage, almost 2000 assists. Yeah, I'm giving it up because like usually for work in the morning, like I don't want to be downing coffee every single morning because I'm getting up at like 4 AM, so my morning walk with Levi should be good enough to wake me up. Thank you very much, Joe Biden's hair plugs, for the tip. But yeah, I just need to get myself back to, I guess, normal. But yeah, not a ton of damage. Second place as far as experience, given that I was bottom tier, and also I was assisting with quite a bit of damage too, just getting myself a little bit further than was probably safe, but you know, it still worked out in the end. So I'm gonna hop into a grind, then I got 2 more requests and the ultimate challenge after that. Why don't I got here? Thanks for tipping Levi. So he's a little tired yesterday because he got to play with 2 of our neighbors' dogs. He'll go. There you go, little buddy. Well, the main thing is, I guess up till like this year, I haven't like regularly drank anything with caffeine in it. So, hello, CJ. But yeah, he got to play with our neighbors' dogs, and they're both like, say, 3 years or less as far as their age, and Levi being 12, they're like running around playing and he's barking at them to slow down. It was kind of funny. He didn't know how to, like Ryan said, he didn't know how to dog because he doesn't really play with other dogs very often. Alright, I'm actually gonna go on, maybe not. I was gonna take a leap of faith and actually push down this way in this thing, but I think I have enough people up here that I feel somewhat confident that I can make it work in the north. It's just, it's hard for me to push out and a tank this large with no armor up here unless I have people to kind of like play off of. You little bud. Hello, Saljan. Nice to see you. Glad you could finally catch the stream a little earlier. But I hope I'm not getting sick again here, because I woke up today and it looks like I got no sleep. Like I have bags under my eyes, but like my ears and like head are all stuffy. But it's getting like, temperature basically is like 30 degrees one day, now it's back up to the 60s and 70s here, and it's just all over the place. I hate it when it's like that. You aim in for about 50 seconds here, or else they start taking shots. Really lucky though that this tank is not very accurate. Now, the difference like between this and say a Lorraine, I know the Lorraine's a medium and it's a premium, but the Lorraine 40T there, I would 95% confident I could have killed that 112 there. So where even though this has the extra shells in your magazine, they rarely are useful because you either miss a couple shots or it takes so long to actually shoot them, especially if you're not shooting at like point blank range and you can aim in a little longer. It's, you know, it's not that useful, to where I'd rather have the shorter reload, slightly better aiming time and accuracy and stuff like that. But like right here, I can't help him. I can ram the guy, but I can't shoot him. They should be able to kill him now. I'm not even gonna take the shot. I'd rather save a shot there. It's good, a free experience use for the 705. Like I would say out of the tanks I'm grinding, I don't dislike the ISM that much, but I do admit it's a little bit weak for a tier 8 in a few ways, but it's still better than, say, the TVP. Oh, why are you... I didn't think he was going to turn with me. I thought he was just going to keep pushing straight in because the IS-6 has no HP. Oh well. Honestly, I probably could turn around, but it's too late at this point. It's just we need to honestly cap him because we're down by so much. Yeah, it's just coming from one way. I don't know why he followed me. Yep, there goes the rest of my HP. I knew he was back there, and yet I still pushed. But I actually have no gun elevation there. Oh well. So that turned really bad really fast, but I just don't get why. I should have just kept pushing myself. It's just, I thought the T-54 and Super Persian were going to push here, you know, get the IS-6. I was going to come up a different way just in case like the IS-6 popped down, but oh well. And we're still going to lose that in the end unless we cap them. Yeah, like the ISM though, like it's probably the easiest tank I'm grinding right now because while the accuracy on it, you know, stinks a little bit, and the armor doesn't really scale well against like tier 9s and 10s, it at least can tank a little bit of damage if need be. It can do damage if you actually hit your shots. You know, it's not just every other tank I'm grinding has no armor, questionable guns sometimes, where, you know, at least a tank with armor can actually do a couple more things. Hello, Cut, nice to see you. Aaron? I'd say the 705A, like, it is a upgrade, of course, from the 705, but they practically work the same. The main difference you're going to notice is, so the 705 at tier 9, when you're not against tier 10s, and you kind of feel like really super powerful, I'll say, like as far as your armor and stuff, that's how the 705 feels, or 705A at tier 10 feels every match. That's kind of the best comparison that I've come up with. Because the 705A mainly, you know, the gun, you only have one option as far as the gun, but the gun's definitely better. And the armor gets you know, a modest increase across most of the tank, mainly the front and a couple areas on the side, I believe. This is going to be interesting, at least since Encounter. I don't feel compelled to go over here, given that, you know, I'm not in a heavy tank or something like a T28 TD that actually has a little armor. But I just hope, like right now, I don't want to go out here. I was hoping I could just kind of play off of the ridges a little bit, but I don't think anyone's going to head out here, and we're putting a lot of people right in the center here. Hellcat's probably going to camp in A1 to where I'll head out here. It's not the worst spot, it's just looking, there are T-34 3s coming this way now. If you know, he gets 1 or 2 shots on me, he can definitely out alpha me to where I'm playing a little bit closer to them than I'd like here. But we'll see. Hopefully with the amount of people in the center, I can just kind of cheat back and pull him over, because once he gets here, they should be able to kill him. But we'll see how it actually works. Thank you for shooting me. It's just when your team camps like they are, all in that one little spot, it makes it really easy for the enemy to take a lot of this flank over here. There are some SPGs I have to worry about. I can't stay out here. I'm gonna hope that that guy doesn't push on me, but basically right now, I nudged him a little bit, but right now I might get hit by this T-34-3, but I gotta fall back because none of these TDs behind me are actually just making sure I get into this well enough, but I'm not safe from getting hit by the T-34-3, which is my main concern. Like, I can take a couple more shots from these tanks with less alpha, but I just don't know how the enemy is pushing like this when we literally have a whole line of tank destroyers sitting behind me. Also just bounced twice off of that guy. That second shot was... There we go. Thank you guys. The second shot was honestly... I hit him in the track instead of hitting him in the hole, but... I need to somehow get myself into more cover. I don't know how well that's gonna work. Trying to get myself back and hoping that they can't spot me. It's just camping as hard as they did there usually does not turn out well, and so far we're just continually backpedaling here. Like, I can't take any more shots. It's unfortunate, but I actually still have APCR loaded. Yeah, it's kind of both teams were set up this way. It's just they took the initiative and kind of pushed a little bit. Our team, we didn't push anything. Like, I think I got the furthest away from the spawn out of all of my teammates. This is usually where someone complains about something. But luckily I haven't seen much of that in the chat this match. I don't have enough gun depression to work there. I have to get near this rock to have any chance to shoot over at this T-34-3 here. Trying to make somewhat of a comeback, but it's gonna be pretty darn difficult, given that we're all in this one little corner here. No, not in the face. Awesome. I think my time has come. I ended up getting 3,200 damage, but it was basically over once our team set up like that in the beginning. So, hello Matthew, nice to see you. I think hi CJ too. Boyful, nice to see you as well. But high caliber, we're Master Bad second class, but that pretty much speaks wonders there. You get to drink if I have someone on my blacklist. In the grand scheme of things, and literally, yeah. I do have some words and phrases I say a lot. I'll admit that, but I was trying my best there. It's just I didn't want to push that far early, but I really had no choice. And then after, you know, my team didn't even try to push out anywhere, you know, falling back like that and just trying to get as much damage as possible was really the only play I had. So I've got a Hellcat up after this. I'll do the ultimate challenge 2. But one thing you can do, like if you're in a TD or like a tank with no armor, like, and you're not top tier, coming from that side, everyone's set up on that one little ridge line. You don't have shots on basically most of the map to where it makes sense. So where they set up, you have shots on the other flank where heavies are, but only when your team loses that and they've pushed across the river. You kind of have shots into the center where the enemy kind of sets up on their center ridge, but only if it's spotted and only if they push over it. So you're better off, the T-29 kind of pushed over, so you push a little bit closer to where I was and you still fight off of that center ridge. But setting up there is the better location because you can shoot into like the little castle area, you can shoot and fight on the hills, and then when the enemy's like pushing through the center or that other heavy flank, you just fall back a little bit, then you shoot at them. But at least you can do something in the meantime instead of just sitting there, not shooting at anything and doing anything. So it's just something to where it's frustrating seeing your team do that time and time again. The other flank doesn't have that problem as much. It used to, but they basically rebalanced it. But they left that side in for, or they left that spot in for this side that I was just on for some reason. Thank you, Gregsby, for the tip. If I weren't top tier, or if I wasn't top tier, no, I probably wouldn't have pushed that alone. But I still would have at least went somewhere over there, because turtling up that hard on a map that's somewhat open like Redshire, you're pretty much going to lose. You need to have some map control and some vision, because the only hope you have when, you know, you have a team like that full of like TDs and stuff just camping is spotting and keeping, you know, a little bit of distance for your team to work off of. But yeah, oh well. I just started getting frustrated there because when they were shooting me at the castle, none of the tank destroyers behind me were actually hitting them in the first like little push that they did. Thank you very much, Labobo, for the tip. But yeah, I'm not too surprised though. That's where getting back to the buildings, even though I kept losing like little spurts of HP, I was just keeping their high tier from shooting me, the T-34 3. That way, you know, I still had at least, I think it was 500 HP at the end. Don't think he can see me just yet, given that that tank is pretty bad B range. I usually don't play this side, but I think I will be alright. No clue what he's doing, but looking at it, I'm literally the only one that could actually shoot him. So, but this is where, you know, I usually fight on the 1-to-3 line, but I saw that this line would be a little bit open, so why not? Hello Badger, nice to see you. Take a little pot shot at this Hummel. About all you're gonna get from me. Alright. But pretty quick win for our team here. Accuracy on this thing. Please, don't shoot. You know you definitely can't shoot through that, even though you can. I might as well get in a little bit closer here, preemptively turn my turret for this T-34. Oh, why you moving up? Ah, foiled again. But pretty quick and easy match. Almost 1,000 damage here so far. Just trying to break 1,000 there. But I guess a nice little blowout for our team. It's nice being on this end of things. Yes, Pilsing, I like the changes they're doing to this. We'll still have to see when we actually get to play it, but it does look like it'll be a lot better. So I got top 5 damage, and yeah, really, that was a quickie there. Let me get into the ultimate challenge here. Wheel. See if the wheel actually works. Which for anyone watching on Twitch, I think I have it set up right now. So the chat bot over there, you can type !LB and it should show you, you can't spend anything, but it should show you like how much currency and also how long you've watched. It's not like 100% accurate because I haven't had the, so I have a tier 7 here for the ultimate challenge. I haven't had the bot up forever, so basically it's tracked just the past couple streams because I had to fix things. But going on forward, watch time basically it's the same as YouTube here. I'm going to be adding in more commands and stuff in the future too. Yeah, I kind of had to reset things to get it to work, but I think I got it right. Which I guess it doesn't show you your rank there. Huh? I guess I didn't fix I didn't fix the ranks there, but at least it shows you how long you've watched and also the amount of currency you have. All right, so I had to pick a tier 7 here for my ultimate challenge. The what do I got here? Not picking that thing. Yeah, I have too many tier 7s to pick from, to be honest. I kind of want to play a heavy tank or something. I don't really have a good win rate in the Tiger 1, but why don't I go with this thing? Or, oh no, I don't want to go with that thing. The Tiger 1 is like one of the highest HPs of tier 7. That's going to be really, really impossible to get if I get like bottom tier. I'd have to get, what, like 3,500 or something across it. Why don't I go with... be here. I'd like to pick the T29, but I'll go with I play something differently or different here. Amex 1375 now. I'll play the Leo. Why don't we go with this? This will be a tough one for me, but I've got to get to 2,750 across this, which I'm using the large gun on this too, so we'll see how this works. Thanks for the challenge, MW. Lorraine 40T, sure thing. But yeah, going on forward, you know, the Twitch bot, now that I have the currency system kind of figured out, I guess I just need to fix the ranks. They're going to be the same as YouTube, but that'll give me a couple more options here. Hello, Thorn, nice to see you too. And Damaco. Do I know Asian cuisine? A little bit. I won't say I'm like extremely knowledgeable, but I can cook it. Not that it's Asian, but actually last night I made some like Indian curry. We couldn't find naan bread, but I ended up I had pita bread from the restaurant. So we had pita, you know, rice. Not the green beans are too Indian, but green beans, and then I had like curry chicken. That was pretty good. Right now, like for this week, I'm still platooning Thursday and Friday during the stream. It's just my stream schedule is gonna change. Basically, it's by March, because the restaurant. Oh my god! Like what the hell? He was. I know we wanted to get up there, but like he could have like gave me a little bit of warning. Like, holy hell! All right, they're pushing in hard here. This is strange. The enemy, I guess. Okay, they are pushing that way. Like they're either taking a really long path to our left, or they're pushing the mountain area. I bounced. Do I like it better than the Comet? It all depends on the matchmaking. Like in this matchmaking, honestly, I would like the Leo better, because like using the larger gun here, which you can use the smaller gun on the Leo if you wanted to play like a Comet. The larger gun here, I feel like, since you can chuck a few HE rounds out of it and do a little damage, I like it in higher tiers because the Comet, like its gun against like even some tier 8 tanks, it just feels like downright pitiful. But the Leo here, you just basically spam out shells and hope you nail someone for like 300 damage or so. So this mode playing on Sand River, if you're asking this, so it basically from changing where the flag is and really like being on the defensive side here, it's fairly easy just to defend this side, but your team still needs to, basically I look at it as I'd rather win the flank that we won, and with that you basically need to at least win one flank. You can't just 100% camp it, but I prefer winning this left side here like we kind of did. We haven't gotten it completely, but if you all just camp in this corner, you're gonna lose, and especially if you put people down low here and you don't have any flank. But it is, like, I would say it's one of the better attack and defense maps, only because it feels like it's built like that, to where there's an advantage for the defenders if they defend it right, and an advantage for the attackers if they actually attack it right. Okay. I'm gonna have a problem against this guy. Let's see though. He's still gonna push in. No, maybe not. I want him to actually turn left. I aim in here and I bounced. Pen on this is somewhat lacking. I probably should just chuck HE. I'm like trying to hit. I was trying to hit like his side, but not shoot under him, to where I was just bouncing off the turret, which isn't too surprising. still have a ways to go to get this challenge done. Crap. Yep, and I lost. I didn't think I was spotted there, but I was. Oh well. I knew it was gonna be hard for me to stay alive with this IS pushing in, but I stayed out a little bit too long there. But congrats, Fix It, on winning the challenge. Unless I hit, I did shoot like a couple blind shots, I think. Unless I somehow got another, what is it? I don't think I did. Basically another 600 damage. I don't think I got it. You got this. But basically, looking back here, we have the right tanks back there, but like the E50 would have been nice if he was up with me or with this flank, to where, you know, we just didn't have enough tanks out to sustain our push, because we pushed well in the beginning. Usually you see the defenders like basically stuck in this area in south, but unfortunately that's kind of the drawback for playing that mode sometimes, is people really get a little bit too focused on attack and, you know, mainly the defensive side, to where they're like, oh, we're defending, you don't need to push out at all. You still need to take some key areas, especially if your teammates are trying to do it. I'd say ranked battles are pretty expensive to play. Like, I might, you know, pop into some, but yeah, I played a couple of them. I guess, yeah, I don't have a ton of time to like dedicate too much to it, but I'd probably get sucked in and take it a little bit too seriously. I would say the one before that, MW, as far as the ranks go, I believe it was, the one before the one you have was Serb's Executive Back Scratcher. Alright, so I have a PZ7 here. I'm gonna get into a grind, or I'll probably do 2 grinds after this. But I don't think I'm gonna win that one there. But the Leo, you know, the gun is definitely hard to use sometimes. Like, definitely carry a bit of HE in it, and, you know, APCR and stuff like that. But, you know, compared to the Comet, you know, I kind of like playing the Leo. Where the Comet, if you're against higher tiers, the gun really is dinky as far as damage per shot, and even like penetration sometimes, to where using the larger gun on the Leo, it's really good against lower tiers and lightly armored tanks, but against heavily armored tanks you still can kind of, you know, either chuck HE at them. Not going to do a lot of damage, but it's something. But if you can flank them, which you would be doing anyway, like in a Comet, you can smack them for a lot of damage in the side. So I would say, yeah. I keep having to add new ranks in, specifically for you, Randall, since you're right above a few other people as far as watch time. I'll say Labobo, Victor, and John are just behind you, but yeah, I keep adding in like a rank every week or so. Hello, Deef, nice to see you. I said hi a little earlier, Aaron. You might have missed that though. Which, hello, Lynn as well. I'm gonna head up here. It's not exactly the best spot to fight in this, but I'll make it work. Given how that person really likes purple and blue. Given, oh lord, we actually... okay, maybe we have a couple TDs back there. I just looked here and I'm like, there's no tanks here. Maybe I'm not pushing up here if it's just gonna be like 4 of us. Well, the tier 7 Leo I was playing there. The tier 10 Leopard, if you mean that, I don't mind playing it. It's just, it doesn't... I think even if you ask most people that play the Leo, or the Leopard one I should say, it just doesn't fit into the I guess people call it the meta. So how maps and like in the grand scheme of things, all tanks work. I had to throw that one in there. Angle and hope he's not throwing heat. Didn't you hear, or weren't you here for one of those streams last week? I think Randall, he's in my crawl space. He's before my internet wire comes up through the floor, Randall's connected to it, so he's here before I'm here. Feel like he's aiming at somebody else, but I don't really want to risk that too much. Because he can pen me even with a standard round. It's just... Come on, stop moving. A really low percentage shot to try to hit that little thing, because it's not all that weak either. He should have a fire extinguisher. Your engine's in the front of your tank. Yeah. Because there's not really that much to work with on the top of a JPZ 100. Luckily that worked out though, and someone took him out instead of us having to lose about 1100 HP or so. Why does there have to be one of those? Badger. I didn't want him to push back, and that's exactly what he did, so... Yeah, just Google, like, what is a Wooloo, and you'll be able to find it. It's a throwback to basically the first MMO I've ever played. Or, technically it was MMO RPG RTS. So... I'm just gonna go there. I had HE loaded for the Badger just in case, but... Can't get hit from there anymore. Time for us to... Guys, don't push. Why are you keep pushing? There's tanks behind us, or a tank behind us. The Kronwagen's actually AFK. They're pushing into 4 tanks. 3 if, you know, the IS-7's probably AFK too. He actually can outpace me. It's just, why? Why can't you look behind you at the mini-map? I'm not gonna like ping 50 million times, but I can't just ditch this IS-7, but I'm gonna start making my escape here though, because that was just kind of pitiful. Feel bad for you, IS-7, but I don't feel that bad for you to get myself into fighting 4 tanks basically. Thing doesn't play very well on hills, but I'm gonna save my repair kit, because the likelihood he was shooting standard of him penning me all those shots was pretty low. Alright. Still not 100% safe, but I'm in a better spot now. IS-7's probably pissed at me, but him and that E5 were not paying attention whatsoever, because that 113 still probably would have killed like the E5, but they should have at least like acknowledged him being right behind us. Of course you're using heat. Not too surprised though. I'd say I'd swapped off a premium because I don't need it for the shots. The PZ7 maybe, but it won't do that much of a difference if he's angling his lower plate. Pretty good match though, 4200 damage, 3500 block, little assist, but if I was them I would just cap. Might as well get a little bit of points. I probably shouldn't have given him that shot, but I'm just happy that we won. You are lucky you didn't do a challenge with this one, yes. Hello, Palladium. Nice to see you. Yeah, as far as Wooloo, for anyone that didn't search it, it basically means, technically it means like noob, in a game called Shatter Galaxy. It was one of the first, like, so think, like most people know like StarCraft, so think like controlling units like that, but you're bringing in like a group of, you have like 50, you could get more, like it's kind of complicated, but basically you had a character, you could outfit like units and stuff, and you fought, there's 3 factions on like a, basically a planet, and you fought over territories in like battles. Basically the size of them depended on how strong your character was, so you're worth different points for what level you were. But Wooloo just, it didn't exactly mean like noob to where, which thank you the real growl for the follow over on Twitch. Wooloo kind of meant a player who was kind of like, I don't mean it for the rank here, but it was basically a player that was unwilling to actually like learn the game, because it did have a pretty steep learning curve. But yeah, it was basically, it was used across a couple other games at the time too, but really stuck with Shatter Galaxy. But anyway, gonna do the RU-251 here. One more grind, then I'll do the Type 59 and the Lorraine challenge too. But as I say, thinking back, I kind of wish that there was another game like Shatter Galaxy, because I would play it to where, that's probably why I like Total War Arena. But because it's kind of like similar to that, to where you don't necessarily have like a character in Total War Arena, but you have like the commanders, and then you have 3 basically different units that you can control, like squads of units. Or it's kind of similar to that makeup, which is what I really liked. Yeah, Wooloo, yeah, kind of meant lazy, yeah. I was one, because I played that, I was like 10, 12 years old when I played Shatter Galaxy, somewhere around then I started. But it was probably one of the, it was really fun to play, but it was probably one of the most in-depth games that I've seen as far as online, because like basically you could, yeah, it's too complicated. Even I get confused thinking about it now. But basically I used to, in school, when I kind of daydreamed, come up with different like stats for my character, because you basically could change how your units played and what you can put on them for putting different stats into different units. That was kind of the like RPG element. Anyway, whoever's playing the drinking game for people on my blacklist, I got 2 of them here. Okay, I got spotted from that way. They've already, say if I'm spotted early, I don't instantly like go sit there. They might still be aiming there, but I'm actually gonna give a peek just because I have a lot of people heading this way. If I can give them a little helping hand, I will. I actually have a little bit too many people down there in my opinion, but because you only can fit so many people through that little gap, it gets a little bit wider in the next rework coming out. It's still slated for March, but they did say it might get pushed back a little bit to like April, because there are some bugs as far as the test server. Bad time for my nose to get itchy, and I missed that shot. Ugh. I say since it's so like warm out, allergies are kind of kicking up here again. But yeah, they did state that they might push back 1.0 a little bit if they don't get the bugs fixed. Very nice if somebody else could, you know, pop out. E75, yeah, he can't angle at both of us. Oops, there's a Tiger 2 there. Unicum police crew? They still play. They did not get a permanent ban. The only thing I've seen like people get banned for like trolling and stuff is they get like temporary bans, say like 1 to 3 days, stuff like that. Crap, I shouldn't have done that. I'm just really confused right now because we have a lot of people in the south and we have a few people here. Granted, they have a lot of people down there as well, but yeah, we need our TD here to try to help me if possible. It looks like he's coming my way, but like I can't taking a shot there to make sure. Make sure nobody's hiding in that bush. Not that I was spotted, but you just never freaking know there. Of course, the E75 is actually pushing more now. I'm actually going to get really high up here and start shooting the backs of these guys. Come on, TD, you can do the same thing here. Not in the perfect spot, but could be able to start pumping some damage here. But luckily they didn't hold the center. Kind of a key spot you need if you're pushing the south. I'm just gonna push in. I see a comment he's having trouble up there, but still a lot of tanks on the board to where these two heavies are pushing in, so I'm not gonna have like clear shots on the back anymore. But they have a lot of people unseen, most likely on my left here. The U black hurts, but the ISM hits harder. I'll still take another shot here. Alright, so 2,600 damage so far. Let's see, I'll head back this way. Yeah, I don't mind. Like the WZ, I was really glad that he came up with me, to be honest. Like some people would get angry, but I'd rather, you know, win, where him coming to help get some damage faster where I was at was definitely a good thing. Because we didn't have a ton of tanks at the end of the day. His T-49's back at the base. I don't even know what we should do here. I see him, but he's not capping. I would honestly just ignore him for now. He's basically gonna come down there if I had to guess. I knew that there was gonna be an arty up here. Just given how our team's set up and their team's set up. There's that T-49. I don't think the T-34 took him into account there. I'm kind of in a stick here. At least they got a big hit on him. 900 damage. That's awesome. I'm just a little bit stuck here, guys. Hello, Moon. Nice to see you. Have fun doing some more work, Labobo. I would definitely worry about them more than this Artie. Like, this Artie's honestly kind of helping us. Ah. How did I kill him? I know I auto-aimed there, but... Oh god, we're actually both one-shottable. Oh, this is not good. Don't die, dude. Ah, good game. He killed him. I'm like, if we can just let me cap and he pulls out, he'd have a clear shot on him. Pretty good match there, though. Honestly, I'm probably going to take both of them off my blacklist. I don't know why they're on there. Probably because they're extremely rude to people, but I'll give them another chance. Got a Mastery Badge first class, though. But yeah, I had this guy on my blacklist and this guy as well, but... Or wait, maybe not that guy. The Artie. I'll remove them off of there since they did pretty well there. Hopefully they don't troll in chat again though. But pretty good battle. First class, 3,200 damage, 1,500 assist. You know, the Chinese TD, you don't see too many of them, but their guns they're pretty awesome for their tier. Let me add something into the tank bot, or not tank bot, chat bot shop here. Oh, I know. Honestly though, like I've said it a few times, a lot of people like you see on my blacklist kind of, which I was wanting to look back at this match in the Leo. I did end up losing, but yeah, I didn't get any more damage than I initially did. So one more grind here before I get into the next battle. A lot of people on it honestly like aren't bots and stuff like that, or like people that TK people. It's mainly people that like ping the map say 30 times in a row and don't stop, or people that are like cursing at people in the chat and like berating people for no reason. That gets you on my blacklist. Choosing the right flank, really, like it's hard for me sometimes to pick it out during the stream, but looking at your team, like the easiest way is just see how many like mediums, lights, heavies, TDs and stuff you have, and more or less the enemy team's going to be the same with the current matchmaking. But sometimes like a difference between, like right now we have a type 5, they have a T110E5, so more or less like I can almost guarantee you the type 5 will go to the town. Their E5, you know, it's about 50-50 whether it's going to push. Like I'm still going to think he's going to go to the town, or I guess it's like 33% that he might head this way. E5 can actually push here, or it can go that way. So it's just kind of figuring out where the enemy team's going to be and kind of picking the best spot that works, you know, for you in correlation to your team. It's really hard. You know, no one's perfect at it, but that's the hardest thing about World of Tanks, is knowing where to go and when. Which I forgot to do a giveaway, so let's do one here. Honestly gonna stop here. I'll do 800 Levi biscuits for the winner here, but yeah, I kind of forgot to do a raffle a couple battles ago. Yes, 30% off tier 8 through 10. I'm gonna try to play the field, given the tank I'm in. We haven't seen too many people, so they're gonna be heavily weighted towards the town, I feel like, but they do have a lot of medium tanks and stuff that do work in the field. They might, you know, still be out there, but I'm not sure why our 430 pushed in there. Yeah, like he's got armor, but not pushing into tanks like that alone. So that was a waste of a tier 9 tank. Like, you almost never want to push the center road like that, coming from the south. When they change it, the next patch, to add in like this little cubby hole here, it might be a little bit more viable, but it's still going to be difficult coming from the southern team. Hello, G3. Nice to see you. Okay, I plan on taking full advantage of the 30% off tier 8 through 10s to skip past a few grinds here. I'm not going to skip past the Borsig since coming from the stirrer meal, I already felt bad for XPing 30,000 on that grind, but something had to be done with that tank. They beat me to it. I haven't really gotten, oh god, I got myself spotted here. Haven't really gotten many maps that this works on fairly good at, fairly well at. It's just, I've only played it a few batches, but are you gonna push back out for me, Mr. Batchat? Thank you. He killed a tank, but I don't know if it was worth. He could have ran away, to be honest. Luckily for us, though, their E5, like going into E2, it's not a bad spot for him, but I've found, which is why you see me play the field a little bit more recently, even if I'm coming from like being a heavy from the south, I might go field a little bit more so now, because I find getting yourself like stuck in the 1 to 2 line, there's not a lot of upside a lot of times, unless you're in like a super like heavily armored heavy or like a TD with a ton of armor on the front, because you can't push because there's usually a really large amount of tanks there with all their guns facing you, and if you're like the first one trying to make a push, you're just gonna get, you know, torn to bits. But their E5 kind of getting stuck there, and then their Batchat, he didn't really do too much over in the field here. That made it a little bit easier for us here. It's definitely a soggy morning here, yes. I've actually thought it would kind of look weird though. Honestly, my neighbor probably thinks I'm growing like pot or something here. I have a, it's in my guest bedroom next door here. It's like a grow light, but it's like purple, because it's something about like wavelengths or something to help plants grow faster. But I'm growing like a bunch of little seedlings, like flowers and bulbs and stuff. But I thought about putting it behind the stream, since it kind of would be nice to have it on the shelves back there. But I don't know how well it would look, or how some people would take that. But Master Master class here, actually my best battle in the Borsig so far, but this is like match 3, I think, in it. Top 4 damage, pretty easy going given that my team was doing pretty well, so I wasn't like diving in, taking huge risks. Congrats, Uiful, for winning, I think I'm saying that right, for winning the raffle. Alright, so up next, I was going to do the Type 59 and then the Lorraine 40T challenge here. Out this shiny little thing here. But that's like part of the problem of the E5 is like when you're stacked up, say against the Type 5 heavy there, like you couldn't outplay them, but if you're like head on near them, it's hard for you to, because like you kind of have to throw heat to land all your shots a lot of times, unless the Type 5 isn't really angling well. Or the Type 5 can just pop out, smack you like in the turret roof or the side or something for like 600 damage and pull back the cover. So if like I was at E5, I probably would have pushed the center road and or the field, basically the play around the Type 5 and hopefully get like the numbers on my side. Hello Robert, nice to see you. Which I'm hoping, like I've said this a few times, but I'm hoping midday today, because I'm kind of in between doing a couple little projects outside. I really need to get out some of my stream clips here on YouTube before the next patch hits, because no one's going to want to watch old graphics and stuff. But I'm going to try to get them out sooner than later. I need to kind of cherry pick like the best ones, so you guys might see some of them in the next couple weeks. But I'm also, you know, I spent about like 30 minutes before the stream here trying to set up the Twitch chat bot, trying to set that up a little bit better, because I mentioned it last stream to where the Fussbot developer, he's kind of removing some features because he doesn't want, it's basically taking too much of his time and he doesn't want it to turn into a business, so he's closing the stream shop side. So that's the URL you click over to. But I basically have to transition those items into commands, which is possible, but I can actually make it so it works both on YouTube, and I can use the Twitch bot over on Twitch as well to have the same commands, so you can buy stuff there as well. Still figuring out all the details. Yeah, it's like a lot of people garden and stuff here too, to where since it's still like too early to plant, like I see a few people with them too, but I feel like I've she's nice, like it's one of my childhood friends' grandmother lives behind me. I feel like she can see like a purple hue from my bedroom. She's like, or not bedroom but house, she's probably like, what's going on in there? The last thing I need is neighbors to think I'm doing something illegal. Like, they're just flowers. I'm growing zinnias because I got some like free seeds. I'm growing a creeping thyme. What else? There's a few others. St. John's wort and forget-me-nots I have started so far. This is not going to be good here. I was a little bit too static there, and this RU-251 is bouncing around like crazy. I don't blame him though. Yeah, that basically killed me here to where, nope, I just missed that shot. My last hope was killing the WZ-111-14, but unfortunately, the RU did a good job, but we just lost so many people. Like, the T-10 sat where literally the whole base can shoot him and everyone in this vicinity. T-20 got a little bit too far out too early. IS peeked over, got blasted from the base, and I was the last one standing. It's not how you play that flank. Like, I would basically start here, and if we have the numbers, then you kind of push in here and you're safe from all but Artie. I rarely push that far fast here, because once you're there, you're stuck at that little building and you can get shot from a couple different ways and the base. But Unfortunately, we just played that a little too aggressive and it backfired there. Alright, so got a Lorraine 40T challenge here. Just double checking to make sure what kind it was. A standard, so I had to do 1.5 times the HP total. Get it stuck on my little screen over here. So that's 1950. I know. Honestly, I'm not too worried. It's just, I was joking with Ryan that some people are like, would kind of be like, they'd probably think it's a black light, how like they're purple. But yeah. Levi honestly loves it. He hates like shadows and reflections and stuff, so he's like fluorescent light, like he stares at it. But I only use it for a few times or a few hours a day when there's no sun in the room. All right. Hello, Juan. Nice to see you. Basically, like the full name helps. It's just as long as I know what tank it is. So you just type !request, press space, type a tank name after that, and as long as I have it, I will play it for you. I have a tank request list. It's in the video description, or just popping over to wotguru.com. It's under my live stream section. But if a tank's on there, I can play it. I feel like my team's actually gonna push here, so probably gonna get myself in trouble. This guy's shorter than me. That ISM's actually pushing far. Okay, maybe they're not pushing as much as I thought they were. I don't want to screw this guy up. I don't know if they have seen him, to be honest. Definitely see me now, though. T-Ree, you're getting shot. Why did you keep driving towards where you're getting shot from? Thanks, Fix It. There's always the command, too, if you type !tank request. That'll bring it up as well. But I have a pretty good selection of tanks to pick from. Alright, they actually push really hard right up the center, which could get really bad for us if we're not quick about this. Go, I found another guy here. Guess I shot that a little too early. Load here. Thank you for the challenge in the Lorraine. Honestly, a tank like this, if I get a couple magazines off it, racks up quickly as far as the damage goes. This one, luckily I didn't get RD'd. I'm still loading here. I'm getting a little ahead of myself now. But I'm honestly surprised that T-Ree just like drove right into me, like, I'll just give him that full clip, not even move or try to juke or anything, just have that damage. So far though, I'm at 2,800 damage and assists though, and they have not killed a tank. So I'm actually really glad and kind of lucky that I got that first clip, because they're dropping quickly here. Gonna let him shoot me because I'd rather get a little bit more damage here. Well, thanks for the challenge, MW. But yeah, in this, even if I'm bottom tier, like in tier 10 matches, I don't consider tier 9s to be bottom tier in a tank like this. I still like the Lorraine, just because, you know, A, it prints credits, but the gun on it is kind of my type of autoloader, where you don't have like a huge downtime in between magazines, and the accuracy is pretty reliable. But I had to reach, what was it, 1950 damage assistant block. Easily got that with the most damage in the match, but the enemy team, unfortunately, for M46 was doing a decent job. And even the people that pushed in the center, like the ISM with them, they did the right thing, but they basically just dropped like flies on the flank that we pushed in the beginning. But pretty good match. I easily shattered that total, but thanks for picking the Lorraine. I really do recommend this tank to people looking for a premium tank. So I'm going to do the T95, then I'm going to pop back into a grind before getting to the Type 5 Heavy. But I actually need to get a couple personal reserves going again. Need my credits because I'm about to buy a lot of tanks. Just a reminder for anyone who might pop into tonight's stream, we'll be playing Battlefield 1, and the final DLC for it came out actually early this morning. It's called Apocalypse, where it should be pretty fun. I honestly don't know all the details about it, except for there should be new maps, new guns, and some features. So see how it goes. Last Battlefield 1 stream was pretty interesting. I was having fun. I'm not the best at it, but it's a really pretty game and a little bit too intense at times. Having like 32 enemies, because I played the 64 player mode. I typically get myself killed really quick. Got my text messed up here. There we go. Yeah, like as far as the game goes, I usually say, like, for newer players, the game kind of starts at tier 5. Anything before that, it doesn't feel like higher tiers to me. To where once you get to tier 5, I feel like the game actually starts. And then at tier 8 through 10 is basically what I feel like's the most fun to play as far as competitively. But the mid tiers definitely have a pretty wide range of tanks as far as different characteristics go. Oh, I know the Stellaris is coming out too as far as the DLC. I plan on picking that up. It's kind of a coincidence that they're both called the same thing. Tank requests, so people are able to spend stream currency. Basically, there's 3 different challenges to where I have to hit a certain amount of damage, assist, and block compared to the HP of the tank. And if they win, I'll show it after this match, you get your name up on the board, along with like people who tip and sponsor as well, have their names up there. And you also get back the purchase price. And the hardest one, like for me to do, if you win it, you get a little bit more back. Percent hit low. I only have a T29, so I gotta be a little bit careful here, because I can get shot from the left, because it doesn't look like anyone's gonna hold that flank too well. But the closer I get here, harder it's gonna be for me to block stuff. I knew I could hit this Conway though. Angling, he can't pen me. Closer I get here, easier it is to hit my hatches. I missed him. That's not good for me. T29 doesn't have the best of shots either, so I don't blame him for not hitting anybody. As far as our T29. The enemy T29, he's trying his best, but there's only so much you can do against an enemy T29. T95 in front of you here. Tracking me was the right thing for him to do. This Conway, luckily he bounced. But nothing he really could have done there. Alright, I got all those requests there. Yeah, pretty much the only rule with requesting a tank is it helps to make sure I have it, or else, you know, I will let you know if I don't have it. But, you know, I guess ask, you know, one per person per stream, unless I say otherwise, because usually that's kind of the sweet spot with what I can actually fulfill. Our T29, he's actually probably going to die, but I'm going to take this route, given that we won the hill. Pretty good match here in the T95 though. I'm probably not going to get too much more here. Hope this IS goes this way. See though. Oh, hello, Mr. Streb S1. You actually don't have a fire extinguisher. Tisk, tisk. We got a little bit more damage on him, but yeah, I can't chase after him. Hey, it's a starter meal. I feel so bad for him. I'm going for more damage there because we basically have this in the bag at this point. I might as well just keep pushing. I might not really get any more damage, given that I am pretty slow, but just go for it. We're only up by 4. Like, if I was in a different tank that is a little bit more susceptible to like getting ammo racked or just outright taken out really quickly, I probably would stay on the cap, but I usually put a little bit too much trust in teammates early in a match, but later on in the match, as it progresses, I get very skeptical that they're actually going to do the right thing. So that's why I typically just hang out on cap a lot of times. Actually was not on track to hit that wall, but I got nudged over a little bit and didn't notice it. M12, I don't think I'm going to get a shot in the Leo, but could have just stayed on the cap. Oh well, at least we got a pretty good win. 5,300 damage, 3,400 block, and 850 assist. I was gonna say, I do have a, like, I'll add some of these on here. I have a couple duplicate requests to where I'll see how much time I have left. But like as far as the Super Conqueror and M48, like I have them up there already. I'll probably play them the second request after like the T-34-3 and the Firefly. So I got a Master Badge First Class, Steel Ball, High Caliber, Spartan Award, I believe that is. Easily the highest in the battle to where, yeah, that was a pretty nice match there. But that's what happens with the T95 on a city map like that. Alright, I'm hopping into this guy again since I'd very much like to finish the grind on this. But after this, I'll get to the Type 5 Heavy, AMX 13105. Probably pop into a grind after that one. Pull up a little bit higher. There we go. Hello, Poser. Nice to see you. Did that work over there on Twitch? I don't think it worked. I was trying to add stuff for getting a decent battle there. I don't think it worked though. Aha, I know what I did wrong there. There we go. Robert, the challenges only work, you have to purchase them through my chatbot shop. Unless it's like a special stream or something. There's a URL in my video description, but they do cost a certain amount of stream currency. Where it's kind of like, you know, they are a little expensive, but you know, I add stuff in, you know, for people that watch the stream a lot, you know, tip and also sponsor, to where you can, you know, you can get them without, you know, doing any of that. It's just, it takes a little bit longer. I don't even know why I did that, but I wasn't even paying attention. I'm a little bit angry at myself now for stupidly doing that. Oh well, that's what I get for getting myself distracted. Hello, Exceller. Nice to see you. And Gremlin. Losing half my HP for literally nothing now. I don't even know what I want to do now, given that airfield is, it's not exactly easy map to play and a light to begin with. No idea why our 260 pushed out as far as he did, but yeah. I'm gonna try to help him. I don't know how useful I'm gonna be though. Still don't know why you did that, dude, but I guess it evened out, like a 260 for an M48, but like pushing that spot's definitely useful, but you have to make sure that you actually have teammates behind you to help. We actually need to... I was trying to turn around him. I didn't expect him to stop. Oh, Lord. That is not a pretty one. He's a goner. And now I'm kind of stuck, you know, hiding behind a rock. I was trying to get up there because I knew the T-57 was going to push. And yeah. Oh well. I kind of misjudged where the bat chat was going. I thought he was just going to zoom past, but he was trying to get back up in the center. Hello, Mojo. Nice to see you. I'm doing grinds like every 2 battles or so. Killed here. I'm trying to hopefully spot. I don't think that T-49 is going to pop over. I missed my chance for that. At least my team's ahead. I really screwed up a couple times this match, but As long as I'm alive here later on, I'm still in it. But Airfield's probably one of my worst maps as far as how I play it. Batchat, I feel like he's gonna push. Oh no. I should have looked. I didn't think the Batchat would honestly... Like, I spotted the T-57, and we had the T-54E1 here. I didn't think the Batchat would push to let the T-57 shoot him. I thought he was just going to stay up there. So I was looking to get back here, so I'd get a shot at the T-54E1, but no, he just, yeah. So now we're back to our team's only up by 1. That was, again, I play airfield terribly, to where... Anyway, Type 5 heavy. Moving along here. We start a raffle 2. Get it. I plan on Mojo doing some Russian TDs. It's just with my current grinds, yeah, they're up next on the chopping block as far as starting to grind. I'm just trying to finish some of these. Like, I had put it up for a vote as far as my one grind, and we picked the Grill 15 line, and then I kind of picked the AMX 50B, you know, the French heavy grinds, since they were on track at, you know, I was already at tier 6 or so. But yeah, I'm getting to the Russian TDs, but the changes, honestly, they haven't, like, there's the tier 10, which is honestly broken for the game, but outside of that, like, that line never really interested me that much. I'd say I'd like the Object 268 line, but only the tier 7 and through tier 9 is kind of what I'm looking forward to. But yeah. So the T28 Gremlin, do you mean like it probably would take 2 or 3 shots if you have a low caliber gun shooting the T28 tracks, but it would break over time. Hello, Old Bear, nice to see you. Yeah, I don't see why it wouldn't unless you were like, say, potentially like shooting it really low in the center, something like that. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm on south on swamp again, and I'm in a really slow tank. I'm gonna try maybe like H4, but we'll see. I don't want to get myself into the corner, like say J2, K2, because I wouldn't be useful to my team. It was requested twice, GG. Same with the M48. Where I said when I get to the second request for them, I'll probably push the second ones a little bit further on. I haven't really played the Russian TDs. I've played them on the test server before, and of course I've killed plenty of them, but you know, that's where I can't really say I like a tank or not since I don't own it. I would say the SU-100 though, I haven't had any problems facing off against them, so that's why my opinion isn't too high of it. It's not that it's a bad tank. Granted, the one I killed today kind of just drove right in front of me and didn't even point its gun at me. I found you. That Oho's got the standard gun. Or no, he does have the dirt gun actually. I don't know why he's shooting AP out of it though. He need to honestly keep firing here. 257's roof is extremely thin. Trying to get to help you, Centaurian, but I was a little late. I just need to hit him on the roof and I'll be just peachy here. Okay, he's actually pushing. Still hit him there because if I can hit, I can't overmatch him because there's that track, but if I can hit him on the side somehow and not hit his track, like maybe right here, that would be just awesome. There we go. 257, definitely not really situated to fight against a Type 5 heavy. Our other side is just getting torn apart, so I've got to take him out. I really hope they can kill this 110. It's just literally one tank up there, because the rest of our team is struggling. I'm going to try to start chewing on these guys, but this is the problem of the southern spawn on swamp. It's just, you're at such a disadvantage over in the 7-0 line, to where if the enemy team actually plays it like they should, coming from the north, your team's usually just, you know, you're kind of screwed. Like you're fighting back towards your cap. There's not a lot of cover for you to utilize. At least we got him. Not too concerned about the IS. For PNG I kinda am, but come on guys. I guess I'm gonna have to start heading back because nobody on the hill actually seems like they care, but they're all just sitting there. Like, come on people, we can do it. Like I guess I'll take out this IS-3 so they stop aiming here, but like, we can do it. Come on, we gotta go back to the cap. It doesn't make sense to push on their base. But this is why they're removing swamp. It's basically guaranteed that they're removing it the next patch, and it's probably never going to come back into the game because they're better off just creating a brand new map. Congrats Dingo on winning the raffle. I spent a little bit too much time out here, but I knew I can't get back to the flag regardless of what I do. Probably should have taken a shot earlier, but yeah, we're not even gonna make it back. But thank you, Object 140, sitting on the corner up there being useless. It's just literally the only other thing I could have done was sacrifice myself and like put myself next to the flag and just wait for the enemies to come get me. But oh well. I did a crap ton of damage. It's just, unfortunately, we just played it completely wrong. But it's not an easy flank, or not flank, easy side to play from. So AMX 13105 up next here. I don't know. When it comes to swamp, like, I used to like it before they changed it, honestly. So it used to, granted, the problem it used to have was there used to be bridges that basically there was only like 2 choke points and then the swamp in the center nobody ever pushed through. But it used to be tilted to where instead of north to south it was east to west, and I thought it worked a little bit better that way. But like the 140 going up there, like, he did help up there. It's just once the castle was cleared, you gotta get your butt back and spot for your team near the cap. But like, had I not gone to that side and I hung out near the cap and the other flank, it still would have ended up, I would have got swarmed by like 4 tanks and died, because if I didn't go to the other flank, they would have had to clean up the Object 257, the OHO, and the IS-3. They, you know, they would have definitely not won that flank that quickly. But yeah, Well, that's the problem, Gremlin, is most people love Swamp if you're on a northern team. If you're on the southern team, you're at a pretty huge disadvantage right from the get-go. Little doggo. Yeah, he's all stretched out and he's a little tired from yesterday. I really hope I don't get caught too early here, but making sure they're not going to do a quick push. Oops, I actually got tracked there. I thought he hit me on like my turret or something, but... Alright. Because sometimes you can spot a couple people pushing here, or potentially a little bit too far this way, but they didn't do that. So most likely they're going to have the normal setup, so a lot of people here, a couple people like camping back here, but then mainly in these areas I'm gonna have to worry about. The WZ-131 or 1321 hit me though, and he was in the center. Could have a freebie here. I shouldn't be spotted until I fire. I probably should have taken that shot, but knew it was gonna disappear. I just didn't think it would disappear that slowly. Crap. Just I was really reluctant to shoot here because the gun on this thing is really unreliable. Well, good job, LTTB. You're actually doing my job there. I was being a little too scared. But yeah. Oh lord. I get pushed under him. Oh god, I didn't expect that. But, alright. I probably should have just shot those, it's just... Yeah, I didn't think that they were going to lose that bad. They still have a lot of tanks over there. But, you don't have too many shells in this thing, to where I've had matches where I start getting down and I'm pretty low. Not moving, so it'd be better if I just do that. Yeah, maybe he is actually moving. Oh, Lord. I'm ammo rack now, but I did not expect them to be on the bottom of the line. I thought they'd be further up towards like the town a little bit. The Ag Tiger technically can hit me. Alright. So I got some assist damage there, but I can very easily hit him. It's just I'm ammo racked. I thought these guys were going to be up there, but very much like to shoot the Yag Tiger, but he's probably going to turn before I get a real shot. Alright peeps, we're up by 8. Let's push in here. I'm just gonna go for it. That Yag Tiger is not gonna turn. Okay, as far as my saw Randall, you just check the Twitch bot. I think I have the currency set up right. It does track it per minute instead of hourly, so nice to see the rank showed up though, and it is actually working. That was at least I got some spotting damage there. We didn't do any damage myself, but yeah, I played it a little bit too safe considering my team was doing really well. Oh well. But the 13105, I mentioned it last stream when I played it. The only problem that you're going to have with this is 0.42 accuracy. The aiming time's not too bad. On the move accuracy is a little bit poor for a light tank at the higher tiers, but it's basically the accuracy's pretty bad, especially when you compare it adding like the 1390 in here, 0.38 on the 1390. So it has its ups and downs, but it is a pretty fun tank to play. So let me hop into the 5A here, and then I'm gonna do a grind before getting to the Badger. Alright, I haven't seen this map today. Would have liked this map for my last battle, but alright, so being down top tier, I'm gonna see where my medium and light goes, but I might end up here just for the sole reason of nobody else going there. If not, I'm probably gonna end up on the hill. Gonna try to spot. I don't know if he's gonna make it there. Like, that doesn't have the best camouflage for a tier 10 light, but seeing that they have that, a T49 on their enemy team, I don't think he's gonna be able to make it to that bush. Alright, so there's a 257 going to the center. And a 140. Yeah, I'll end up on the hill. It's not the best spot for this, but I feel like if I don't head there, we're gonna have, I guess, just a T-34 up there. So maybe he will make it there. 13, not T-49's there. He didn't get to the best spot in E1, but he's still in a decent bush. Gabby, it's not the test server now. I have several videos of that up if you look back in my past streams, where I do have quite a bit from the test server up. .15's pushing to where I can get a pretty good shot on him. Surprised that TD pushed out like he did on our team. Actually a stock AT-15 as well. And I think he's probably realizing his mistake at this point. At least he's pointing towards me now. I don't know what you mean by that. I try to impress people. Why I'm here. You mean like I don't care too much about stats and stuff? Like, yeah, that's another thing. I always try to do my best, but I'm not going to go out of my way to the stat pad. Little building always does me in. best tank to try to hold down on, but I technically could just chuck heat out here. Hello, Alpha Dog. Nice to see you. That would probably be better for me, but I can still pen here. 34, be a little careful. He's a little bit taller than me, but I'm not safe where I'm pushing either, to be honest. Hello, Merlin. Nice to see you. I'm assuming they still have at least one person here, but they have a couple people TD-wise back a little bit further. Time to go into heat mode just for one shot here. I don't want to push too far up. Yep, T-54 is hitting me now. That's why. They're not poking in the center anymore. The whole reason to be in the center, honestly, outside of, you know, taking pot shots at the hill. But I just need to be careful here. Yeah, the 5A is nice. The WZ-111 1.4 before it is very nice as well. But you can't go wrong, honestly, with the Chinese heavies, to be honest. Even the 113, you know, the opposite, or I should say the other choice for a tier 10 heavy is not bad either. I would say right now it's just the 110's kind of a little bit dinky, and the IS-2, it's not bad, but it's not the easiest to play if you're not top tier. Okay, most of our team is in one square right now, which is a little terrifying because things could go really bad really quickly over on the flank that I'm at here. Missed them. Tanker hat. 49 just dirt me. It's just we're playing way too static here. Like if we can get that, you know, that TD out, awesome, but right now it's just too risky for me to push out too far here. Just we have a lot of mobility in the center to where if they push, I think they'd be fine, but wasn't spotted, so I can potentially get this M40E. Never mind. Still have a chance to get him. Oh no, I completely fudged that. I thought he was gonna pop up a little further. Anyway, though. See if this Lorraine actually spots him. I don't think he is. Trying not to get myself killed. There we go. I got the M48. Now we're better now. I'm still not like completely safe here, but should be kind of okay. Okay, they got the T49. T34 is going over that way, so he can get the other Artie if it's over there. Hello, Lawrence. Nice to see you. But at least we pulled out a win here. It was a little iffy for a couple minutes, but it all worked out. Almost 4k damage, 3k assist, 1700 block too. Dave, I hope if you're in school you can't watch very much. I'm not sure if I can get to the Scorpion G, but we'll see. It is pretty far on my tank request list there. I got a Mastery Badge Star class, Steel Ball, Confederate. Most amount of damage on my team. M48 beat me out by about 100 for the match though. So up next, we get into the Badger. Then I'm gonna do one more grind here before getting to the M48A5. Yeah, I was about to say, as far as Twitch, it has been going up a little bit more to where, you know, I have contemplated, you know, doing more on Twitch as far as like, I can't do the affiliate, which is the problem because then I can't stream on YouTube to where I might put in an application again for, say, a partnership. I technically do qualify for the numbers, but only if, say, everyone on YouTube was watching on Twitch, I would be qualified to be a partner. But I'd want to be able to stream to both, which I don't know how easy that is to get right off the get-go. But thanks for tipping Levi Gabastar. So he's down to trying to get him a full biscuit here. Hey, little buddy. There you go. He's down to these are like peanut butter biscuits. He's down to his last little ones. He still has a couple other kinds though. Hello, Mad Dog. Nice to see you. Long time no see. Yes, I got a marks of excellence on that. I'm glad I can help Gremlin. So Twitch basically trying to keep it short and simple so I don't go on like a long rant, but so Twitch, if you're an affiliate or a partner, you can't stream on any other platforms in a 24-hour period of basically the same stream. Like I could say stream on Twitch, say like right now, and once I hit end at 11, I could then stream on YouTube, or there's others like Mixer and stuff like that they're called. The only way you can avoid that is basically what I'm doing now. I'm not an affiliate, I'm not a partner, so I don't basically take any money through Twitch. Partners are able to negotiate that out of their contract, where Twitch takes, from my understanding, a higher percentage out of their say tips and basically their subscriptions. So, you know, it's something to where there's ups and downs. I've never really settled in anything to where, you know, I kind of wish that they would just get rid of it, because I feel like it's, you know, just restricting people. But hello, Tanya. That sounds very much like you, Mad Dog. But basically what you can do, say like I stream on Twitch and I'm like an affiliate or something, or not me, but if someone doesn't have like the clause taken out that you can't stream on both, basically after that 24-hour period's up, it would pop up on, say, their YouTube account, or they could take clips out of it. Got shot by him. I can't pen him. Can't pen him either. Be very nice, JPZ. I know you're using kind of this cover, but I really don't want to be out that far. But a lot of people honestly just disregard it, and you see people dual streaming who are just like affiliates and stuff like that. Honestly, it's against the terms of service for Twitch, and if they ever do decide to enforce it, because they only enforce it if they get reported enough right now, Basically, they terminate your Twitch account, ban your IP and basically your social security number or other identifier, and you technically are not allowed to stream on Twitch anymore. Some people still try to get around that, but then technically it's against their term of service to make another account to circumvent the ban. So, you know, it's something to where, you know, I'd rather would not say break the rules. This is not good for me. I'm definitely playing this a little bit too aggressively, but I feel like the people behind me should be able to push out more here. C100's got me. I should have played it safer. It's just, if I would have known that we had a couple tanks with big guns, like mainly this guy, but the 183 can't shoot or else he's spotted. Yeah, if I would have known that they weren't going to push in, I probably would have set up here instead of rounding the corner to this way. Oh well. A quick 2300 damage, but Badger's not immune to getting hit in the lower plate by tier 10s. Only against tier 8s and 9s not using premium. Hello, Aaron. Alright, so I'm gonna do one grind before we get into the M48A5. I'm gonna do another RU match here. Yeah, the delay, you know, it is a little bit different between Twitch and YouTube. Twitch is about 10 seconds, I think. YouTube's around 30, mid 20s to 30. Basically just because of the encoding I have. Twitch has less options, to where mainly you're watching it at the source, so what I send to you, to where YouTube you can scale it down to say like 144p and stuff, depending on if you're like watching on your phone or through Wi-Fi, stuff like that. Thanks, Lil Bobo. Yes and no, Scrub. Basically, you know, if you're big enough, you would become a partner and it would get, you can negotiate it out. But as affiliates, right now they're just turning a blind eye to it, to where, you know, it's not worth the risk. Like, I personally, I don't care that much right now, to where I like being able to stream to both. And, you know, I'm basically based off of YouTube, to where I'm happy right now. But yeah, who knows in the future, we'll see. Like YouTube, potentially there's rumors that they were going to do the same thing, to where you can't dual stream if you're a YouTube partner to Twitch. So, you know, who knows. But that's mainly because Google and Amazon are kind of feuding right now in a way, like over certain, like being able to stream YouTube over like their Fire Stick and stuff like that, to where thank you, Evan, for the subscription. Yes and no, Scrub. So an affiliate, it's kind of new for Twitch, to where you need just 3 average viewers, and then affiliates, you can like subscribe to them and like tip them bits and stuff. That's 100%, you are not allowed to dual stream within a 24-hour period on both platforms, unless you do like 2 separate streams. And it's not just YouTube, you know, it's other platforms. Twitch, if you're an affiliate, can't do it. Stream at the same time. People do it, but technically they are definitely risking it. Like I'm not gonna take a risk for something like that, to where currently I can stream on both. I just don't accept any tips through Twitch. But it's only if you become a partner, so the threshold for that it's kind of up to them. Like if you don't stream on Twitch primarily, it's up to them to take a look at like your other, say, YouTube or your websites and fan base and stuff. Or if you're on Twitch, I think that's about 75 average viewers a stream, which that's like you know, averaging across your entire stream. I technically hit that every single stream because like my lowest end ones for World of Tanks, which I still, honestly, I'd never think starting out streaming I'd have like an average of, for like, say one of my less watched tank streams, like 50 people, but I average about 85 across, say, day and night, if you combine the two. A little bit higher if you add Twitch in, it's higher since there's about an average of 8 to 12 people on Twitch. Honestly, I get really confused looking at my stats for stuff, so... But both sides have their ups and downs. Like, I don't want to tie myself to one because... like some days YouTube has its hiccups, some days Twitch has its hiccups. Like Twitch honestly has less... Lord, I am really screwed here. Oh my god, I got tracked. Twitch has a little bit less infrastructure than YouTube, to where like most recently, basically the most popular Twitch streamer, Dr. Disrespect, did his first stream and it actually crashed YouTube's chat like across a lot of streams for like I think like an hour or so. So there, you know, there's things to where both have their ups and downs, but I prefer to do both. I could even add in more if I wanted to, given that I use Restream, but I've noticed like any other ones outside of, if I could technically stream to Facebook if I wanted to. There's not too many people watching to where it's too much of a headache, for what it's worth. What if someone's hosting the stream? That factors into your viewers, yes. It's like YouTube's actually adding in somewhat of a feature like that for YouTube gaming. They're calling it, I think it's a lounge they're calling it, so like a YouTube lounge, to where basically from that it would kind of be like you currently see, like if you're watching me, but either I could put up, say, someone else's video to watch, or say like one of my recorded videos and like toggle between them, or like viewers could even submit videos like they'd like to see, and it's basically like a chat room and people can add videos to it and basically toggle between multiple videos. That's what YouTube's looking to implement by like mid this year. It looks interesting. So like technically, like something for that, like I could create like a live stream and say play like 3 or 4 of my map strategy videos in a row, while basically having the live chat and chatting to you guys about like each individual map and like what to do on them. So something like that is interesting, but you can also host other people's videos at the same time through it. Kind of hoping he was not specifically aimed there, but that was a little bit of a goof. So I thought he was aiming at the WZ-120. Honestly, I like the DVR feature because I sometimes I mess up my screens and I'm able to rewind to catch something that I missed. Like if I miss messing up like my tank request lister. Oh god, he's pointed this way, I'm dead. Oh, I got lucky. Like a cat. Well, probably only... It's like, I could survive that, why not pop right out in front of him again? Oh lord. I only have 10 HP now. And I get bounced off of him again. Don't do it. Don't do it. Maybe he pulled back. Honestly, I'm not saying anyone that has, like, I think there's technically called something a super unicum. Like, I hate the word unicum to begin with anyway. But I feel like a lot of people, like some people legitimately are that good at the game that they can, like, say average 3,000 win rate 8 or whatever. Like, I think win rate 8 is flawed for a few different reasons, but a lot of those people you'll see basically only play tanks that they're good at or are extremely good, like, in their own right, like they're just a little bit overpowered. Me, I pretty much play anything that comes my way as long as I own it. Trying to help our chances here. Doesn't always help me because sometimes I get really confused if I haven't played a tank in a while. But I might forget like a little quirk about the tank, like gun depression or something along those lines. Or like this tank, I sometimes forget that I can't shoot over the back of the tank very well. Knew he was going to aim at me. Pretty good match here though. 2200 damage, 600 assist. Boom. Say the Excelsior? I really like the Excelsior, honestly. I got a Master Badge First Class, Vespucci's Medal. Top 2 damage, R257 did a really good job. So did theirs, but unfortunately, there's we had a little bit better team in there at the end. Even though I didn't have much HP, my gun still worked, so that's something to where gotta take out those low HP tanks. I almost got taken out by my own teammate. Granted, that was kind of my fault. He hit me, but yeah. No idea what. Hello, Russian person, I think, but I have no idea what that says. YouTube flagged it, so I feel like it's spam. So we got M48 up next here. Let's pop into that guy. You won't see too many people play a Valentine, no. Like, someone remembered to up the raffle amount there. I didn't auto aim except for I was running away at one point. I auto aimed one shot. The rest of them I aimed everything. You only see me auto aim if basically a tank is stationary and it makes sense to, like if I'm gonna pen it anyway and I'm focusing like driving in a light or something, or if I'm just running away and I need to use like the little terrain differences for cover, I'll auto aim sometimes and just take shots. But usually if you see my camera point at one way, I'm definitely aiming at it. Well, up next is the T92. I'll be getting to it. But yeah, like I have up to, what is it, 370 tanks, because I actually purchased, I don't have crews for them yet, because I'm kind of waiting for a crew sale. I purchased today the, Type 58 and the IS-2, the Chinese heavy. See you, Lawrence. Have a nice day finishing up school. I think that was you. But I plan on, we'll see how far I got grinding today. I might just skip finishing the RU 251 since there's 30% off right now on tier 8 to 10 tanks. TVP, I might just skip the rest of that, and then the AMX 5100, maybe the ISM. I technically have the credits and the free XP for it. I'm just cheap, honestly. And since I'm, you know, the goal is basically to have all the tanks eventually, but you know, I just know if there's sales I should take advantage of it, because credits are the hardest thing for me to come by. I don't think they're pushing anyone in the center. I'm not seeing anything and they're not seeing anything. I usually try to get a couple little cheapy shots off in the beginning here, but they're not gonna push. I did see your request for the 183, Tanya. I guess I don't think I can do it. I don't have too much longer on the stream here. Like, I plan on maybe going like a battle or two longer than 11, but I currently have quite a few requests to go, and I don't even think I can finish all them. That. Ooh, he's actually pushing over. I don't know why people push out there. It doesn't seem like the smartest location, honestly. I know you get over and you still have somewhat of a good chance to block shots, but I just don't think it's as useful, because you get like smashed into that one little spot and it's hard to get out of it, to be honest. No shot for you, E5. He's trying to take pot shots at me now. Oh god. Oh, I didn't even... I looked at the chat for a second and what I get for doing that. Grant STB1 right now, he's not spotted. He pulled behind me. See the 430U here. Go, he's engaging him. Guy's still hitting me to where... Unfortunately, I'm probably gonna die now. Kinda got myself into this mess, but... The STB1 technically still can hit me. I don't know how he is able to move around out there like this without dying. Like, we have a T62A out there, an STB1. Like, now he's definitely gonna die now. It's just... He should have died and been spotted when he was hitting me those 2 times recently. Alright, there's no Artie. I'll take a gamble that there's no TDs that are gonna hit me here, but it might not pay out very well for me. Now I'm spotted already. There's somebody over here. Basically right in that area. Just the wall gets cut down here. A lot of people don't know that you can get hit through there from the field. I just really need to be able to get back into the town. Take a gamble here. The E5's about to pull through. We're still up, but come on, T62A, you can do it. I want to help you, but he's playing it way too safe right now. Where, like, I have no HP. His E5, if he shoots, that would be awesome. I'd say if they weren't going to get him, I would have got him there. Just given that I'm one-shottable, I'm trying to stay alive, mainly. But now that he pushed up a little bit... Still not entirely convinced that T-49 is still not out there. At 140, I see you got a shot. Okay. I'm just being like really careful because I can get breathed on and I'll die here. But I can see where all their tanks are now. Roll dice, you win 600 biscuits. I haven't been able, you can change like the payout. I would make it higher, but I'm not able to. So basically you bet 100 biscuits, I think, and you win 600. You know, there's a 1 in 6 chance of you winning. Okay. Bat chat pulled back. Still he can hit me through here, which is what I'm afraid of. Ooh, 1390, don't do that. That chat's probably gonna get me though, given he's reloaded and I'm not. Oh well. 1390 should be able to get him now. Nope. Oh. We should still win this, but come on. He shot a little too low though. There. Another miss. He might kill the WZ. 3 HP. Come on, guys. Thank God. Oh, Lord. I didn't really think we'd lose that, but that was getting a little bit closer than it should have. Alright, so I got a T-92 light tank up here next. Got a third class there. Up 2 damage. I was playing it a little bit safe because I took a little bit too much damage from that Object 430U and STB-1 when I kind of my eyes off the screen for a second, but that's my fault for doing that. I've been doing a little bit better job with not distracting myself when I'm in like an actual battle playing, but I still have my moments. Alright, so T-92 light tank. And I got a Super Conqueror. Since I just did the M48A5, I'll probably play the T-34-3, Firefly, T-25-2, Scorpion G, stuff like that. Which, oh wait, yeah, the Super Conqueror is actually up next. Sorry, I screwed that up a little bit. I had my word pad down one level. Whoops. So I'll do the Super Conqueror. That's up next. Yeah, I should have done that before the T-92 here. Yeah, like I can go a little bit longer than 11 here, but not too much. Unfortunately, not the best map here for a T-92 light tank. Your bottom tier, not too much scouting opportunities. Sometimes I mess it up because so my tank requests command, or not the command, but the command works through my chat bot, but to get it to appear in OBS, I'm basically taking a screen grab of a word pad and basically using, it's called like a chroma key, to filter out the white background and just leaving the text and text background. But it's really easy for me to mess up, and unfortunately I get scrolled down on it by accident. If we kill this Artie, that would be awesome. I don't have a chance now, I think. He's gonna take a shot or two. It's just I think he got back into cover. I'm gonna run away. I actually stayed out a little bit too long there. Unfortunately, our team is pushing to town, which is great, but I don't know why that WZ-132 was trying to push the center road there. We need our T-57, pop up, kill the M46, and basically go from there. Didn't know like if his butt was sticking out there. Can he see me? He's got to be able to see me. He hasn't shot at me yet, though. But oh my god. There's a Conway of all things. If he has the big gun, I am literally screwed. Like right now, I'm auto-aiming. Which is not the best thing for me to do there, but I needed to definitely get away there fast. I'm gonna say World of Tanks, yeah, it's a game to where, like, anyone that hasn't played it in a while, I would honestly, it's probably better just to wait for the next patch with the new graphics and the reworked maps. But it's one of those games where even when I used to take breaks, like I would take breaks for the summer because I work a lot, I would still pop into people's streams and keep up on like competitive events back then. Or it's a fun game to watch if you've played it. I don't think like esports are fun, but I enjoy like watching clan battles and strongholds and stuff. I don't know what this T-57 Heavy's doing. Like, I'm trying to like help him if possible, because we're only down by 1. Yes, I don't want to get sucked into where the 140 is. Also would rather not get hit by the Conway either. Well, on penetration, I'm having to use quite a bit of premium here, but shooting at like tier 10 tanks for the most part in some spots. Starting to crumble. Our town's starting to fall. Fortunately, the Conway still has a crap ton of HP, where I can't possibly take him on. He has enough gun depression now that he can even like aim down if I hug next to him. I found it funny when, like, the T-92, it's not an old tank, but when it was getting released, people were like, ah, it's terrible, and here goes most of my HP. It's terrible, and you know, it stinks, and then it came out, and everyone's like, oh, this is actually a really good tank. The world's better than the the ELC even 90, but yeah. I did 1500 damage, but I really didn't want to have to lean on the gun here. Like, it's got a little bit of DPM to it, but you have to take so many shots that, you know, it takes forever to actually get any amount of damage against higher tiers. But unfortunately, I was on a map to where I couldn't spot and really leverage the strength of the T92. Basically having a, you know, it has a reliable gun, like it's accurate, especially on the move, but you have pretty good speed and really good camouflage, so unfortunately I wasn't able to leverage that. Next up though, I have a Super Conqueror. But yeah, that one, the 140 almost died. He, I think he had one, but it was a manual one. Kind of just waiting to see where I placed, honestly, because this isn't going to take too long. But I personally, I don't feel like, especially in random battles, it's worth running the premium food. To me, you have a pretty noticeable downside of getting caught on fire, especially in a lot of tanks, like Russian, German tanks and stuff, and even some American tanks, you can get set on fire a lot. And the benefit of getting, you know, more DPM, a little bit of V range and stuff, I don't feel like it's worth it, especially because it's really god-awful expensive too. But middle of the pack as far as damage. Most amount of experience though, given I was a tier 8, dishing out some damage there. But unfortunately, even, you know, the premium rounds on this are fairly cheap too, to where if I had no personal reserve, I would have lost a little bit. But the heat here, 50s, actually I take that back, they're not that cheap. I thought they were around 4,000 or so. Conqueror's up next. You fit in as many, which let me start the giveaway. 1,200 Levi biscuits here for the winner. Thankfully this stream, I didn't get a ton of second classes. Like last stream I had like 6 or 7 of them. I actually got some first classes today. Well, that's where, like, I just use standard repair kit, standard med kit, and then the premium fire extinguisher. I would say that's probably the best setup I've found to use, to where the premium fire extinguisher is worth it when you need it, and it prevents fires a little bit. You have a less of a chance to get set on fire. The food, like, you could use that for your arty, like some other tanks, like, you know, it's technically you could use it. It's just, I feel like the cost of it and not having a fire extinguisher isn't worth it, in my opinion. Especially if you don't get set on fire, you're not spending the credits, I believe, for the premium fire extinguisher still. But more or less, you know, there's no perfect way to set up your tanks. It's just, I feel like some people go a little bit overboard, and like some people see, like, it's mainly like streamers and people that make videos, and they try to replicate that across like the same tank or stuff, but you know, it's really hard to not get set on fire if, say, you make a little mistake and say you get flanked and shot here, to where it could be a pretty big difference between living and dying. But that's my personal opinion of, in public battles, don't use food. It's not worth it. Save your credits. I'd rather sell them and get more tanks. I just sold a bunch of them. I got like 1 million credits from them. I had them stocked up in the depot from the previous missions. Yeah, probably could have went south as well. We'll see. I'm just gonna stick with the center here, though. Oh god, that was bad on my part. I just hope the arty doesn't get me. I thought the T-49 might be a little bit far to spot there, but he wasn't far enough out there. T-34 is honestly going to be forward on my side now. Don't have a shot on him being that close. I just hope that they are not outclassed down that far, because we should be able to push the center here, but also M103's there. I'm actually going to back up here to hopefully get this T-34 out a little bit farther. Burl should be able to pop up. Just missed him. I was trying to track him. Ooh, don't do that. You can get RD'd and he can hit you easier than you can hit him back. Go. Just, I don't think he knows that there's those tanks over there as well. I just got whacked by an SPG. I'm trying to help because, you know, I have another tier 10 on our team out here. I don't feel like I'm gonna come out on top of this fight though. Sorry, Grill. That was even a little bit too far for my liking. I'm probably gonna get another hit here. Ooh, thankfully the Type 4 missed. I almost never drop down if there's a tank there. Just way too risky. Like, I only go through there from this side if it's a little bit wide open. Alright, they actually don't have that much in the south. They're doing a pretty good job against that JPZ though. I'll give them credit for that. Ah, crap. I just pulled that shot too low. I missed out. 430U, I feel like's gonna... I can't pen him, or to 430. I guess I could technically have penned him. Type 4, I should be able to get one more shot on the ISM here. RT-49. Nice try, Type 4. It's not exactly the best spot for you, though. This T-95, though, easiest way to get around him, just freaking ignore him. Like, he literally cannot do anything except for shoot that one little area. Like, that's my opinion on that matter. Oh god. Yeah, I should have waited until my turret was popped around before doing that. But he might be able to pop down on me now. Track him, but I've got a problem with having to face off against a few different avenues of attack here. T-95 might pop down on me, but at this point we're down by 3 and I've got to try to get more damage here somehow. I didn't track him. Yep, I'm screwed now. Because those two guys behind me are still a little bit too afraid of this T-95. Yep, now the Object 430s here. The ISM and 152 still aren't pushing. And I'm a goner. Thanks, guys. You know, I was trying to help, but it just all fell flat on our face there. Yeah, they're trying to shoot a Patriot at max range. That's hold down, instead of just shooting right over there. Congrats, Matthew, on winning the raffle. But, oh well. I ended up pumping out a lot of damage, but oh well. I probably should have... Looking back, if I had went south, we would have won this, and then it would have been a little bit easier, but our center most likely would have just completely failed before then. So it's kind of a... who knows what would have happened. Alright, so I got a T-34-3 up next here. I'm gonna do my best to get to, say, like the Firefly, the T-25 too. As far as damage goes, most damage, most amount in the match. T-95 though, getting up there, it is going to be different in the next patch, to where it's going to be more fair for both sides. But him getting there, getting that amount of damage, our team was literally sitting right in front of him and not moving, and they were just letting him shoot them, like, and they were just bouncing off of him. It's just, they should have basically just moved somewhere else, because that spot's really only useful right now firing at that corner that everyone on our, not everyone, but a good amount of our team was kind of stuck at. All right. Tried the right crew and everything. Yeah, the Super Conqueror though, honestly, it's still a little bit too good. But then again, they could, I feel like if they wanted to balance the Super Conqueror, they basically should just flip-flop. Give the T110E5 2 more degrees of gun depression, take 2 degrees of gun depression off the Super Conqueror. Probably would be balanced then. Because the Super Conqueror was fine when they didn't have, I think it's at 10 degrees right now if I'm not mistaken, as far as the gun depression. Whereas the E5, I believe it's only 8 degrees. But the E5's, I'm trying to remember. I might be wrong here. I'd have to look after a battle. But I'm fairly mistaken, or not fairly mistaken, fairly sure that the E5, it, not that it was built, but it reached a wooden mock-up stage. Basically the characteristics of the tank called for 2 degrees more gun depression of what it currently has right now in the game. Welcome back, Labobo, to having sound. Well, I know some people like keeping their tanks if they're a little too strong, but even with rebalancing the Super Conqueror just a pinch, it would be better for the game's sake, to where it would still be really good. It's just, it's a little bit unbalanced when you can hold down in it currently, because there's no weak spots. To Artie, I'm definitely on their list of tanks that they're going to rebalance here. Want my one more shot. Yep, there's one. Probably shouldn't have used that right then and there. I don't have much gun depression, so I was trying to swap back to EP, but I don't want to pop out too early here and give them an easy shot, where I know I'm kind of gold spamming, but until it's a little bit safer, I don't want to give them my lower plate to hit. It's one thing about Artie hitting me, but it's another of like letting the Emil 1 like clip me or something. But the T-34-3, it's actually a really good premium now because they've buffed it a couple times recently. It's better, honestly, than the Tech Tree T-34-2. You do have a little bit of problems with penetration and gun depression, but it's nothing that you can't make up for otherwise with the tank. But it hits really, really hard for a tier 8 medium. Now I can kind of go back to AP here, but given the amount of people on our team, they got the Scorpion, I'm just going to rush down and try to spot, hope for the best. Really the M4A1 Rev and the T29 are kind of my main tanks to keep an eye on, depending on where they're at. There we go. Artie's probably going to try to rebalance me here, but hoping... yeah, we should be good now. Come on, gun. I got my gun back. Woohoo! It was just damaged to where Yeah. No accuracy. Come on. Somebody drove right past him. He's probably like, it's not worth my alpha. I just don't have the best crew here to where I'm just getting perpetually tracked and stunned and stuff. Oh, why did I even shoot that? He was dead for like a full second. I think our the T20 on the enemy team's like, I'm just gonna drown myself. Pretty good match though. When you're top tier in this thing, it feels a little bit too strong at times, unless you're against, say, like a super heavy or something. I probably should just aim in here. I was trying to get a little bit more assist damage, but yup. But 3,300 damage, 3,200 block, and 1,000 assist damage. Not too shabby, I must say. Alright, so I should be able, I'll do the Firefly and T25 too, and oops, grounding myself. I'll call it a day after that, but I'll be back tonight, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Battlefield 1, which I got a Mastery Badge First Class here, Steel Wall, High Caliber, and a Cool Headed Award. Mistaken there, I thought it was Spartan. Shouldn't have been a Spartan, no. But yeah, pretty good match. Unfortunately for the enemy team, it might have been different if they had gotten a few more tanks up there early, but they kind of just went in a little by little, which I'm surprised I made that much credits, honestly. I netted 136,000 credits. Granted, some of that's from my personal reserve, but that'll help out with this 30% off sale right now. German Firefly, which, you know, since I'm doing 2 more battles, why don't I let's add some more biscuits and do another raffle, so we'll be at 1,500. We'll see you, Gremlin. Well, thanks for hanging around. Sorry I couldn't get to it, but or I guess I'll just do the Firefly, but if I have time, maybe I can pop into the T25 too, or like the Scorpion G. Even though I think Lawrence had asked for the Scorpion G and he can't watch either. Maybe I'll try, I know Tanya, you requested the 183. Maybe I'll try to do that if this isn't a very long match. I just have like a little bit of wiggle room here in the middle of the day to where yeah, I can stream a little bit longer. And third time of the day, I got Swamp and the Southern Spawn. Like, I'd like if Wargaming would keep all the maps, but this has been one of those that they haven't been able to balance. Like, I think it could work right now, but the way that I would rebalance Swamp right now, they probably wouldn't like, because it was similar to how they used to have it. I would basically spawn people right here and right here, put the flag there, so unlikely that the flag's ever going to come and play. But then if you look at it corner to corner like that, it's symmetrical, to where right now it appears symmetrical, but the difference is mainly these 2 rocks. Doesn't look like a big difference, but it plays out extremely differently from the enemy team being able to push in here compared to your team being able to push here, just from these ridges being slightly different. I know I did an M48A5. I had 2 requests for it, so that was kind of the second one left up there. Right now, my team, we didn't push over there. I'm not pushing out there, being that I'm bottom tier. I honestly don't know where to go, because I can take pot shots from here. It's just we're probably gonna meet the same fate as my last match, to where they push pretty heavily basically in these two areas here. The T-29 in the center. Technically not safe here. I should be spotted. Definitely spotted. I was kind of holding out hope that he wouldn't hit me. Come on, you gonna take the shot? He's too busy turning. Alright. Please aim a little bit lower, Firefly. There you go. Come on. You have a really accurate gun. How are you missing so much? But right now we're falling into the trap of having too many people basically behind me, which if your team does that, you just need to push it hard. You need to win it quick and get your team around to help out with the horde of tanks that always spill into your base area over here. But we'll see. I don't even think I should. No, I shouldn't even sit here, because I'm just gonna get spotted and killed. My best bet is honestly going up to where this AMX-12T is and taking shots from back here and hopefully not being seen. But these guys are still so focused on one ONE that, you know, it just, that's the problem with Swamp, is it can play well. It's kind of why Erlingberg's getting reworked too. It's just the southern team never really capitalizes on their left side of the map compared to the right side usually capitalizes on having an advantage on the right side of the map. But it is fixable. We might see it come back in at some point. I think he might know where I'm at. Not that I hit him. It's just I can be spotted from here. I'm just hoping, praying, like I'm playing off of the max view range right now. But we're definitely gonna lose this one. There's no doubt about it. We're down by what, 9 tanks, and I can't hit anything to save my life right now. Not that that's a really easy shot, but oh, hello tanks. Have you come to kill me? Hi, Cromwell. I might kill the Oni, maybe. I did what most of my team couldn't do. I killed the Oni. Congrats, Randall, on winning the raffle. Hello, James. Nice to see you. I've had quite a few people ask me about making a crew video. I'll have to, honestly, I'll have to remind myself. I don't even want to look at that side of my screen right now. Next time there's a crew sale, I'll have to remind myself to make one. Because the main thing is, like, I have quite a few tanks I actually need to buy crews for. I'll do my best to remember how to transfer crews and basically save a little bit of money and stuff for doing that. But yeah, that's just, I don't think I've ever seen that many people do 0 damage. Yeah. Alright. Okay, so my next couple requests, I'll do one more battle here. I know the people that requested the T-25-2 and the Scorpion G aren't here, and I played the M48 and Super Conqueror already, so I'll hop into one last one, into 183 here, before heading off here. Which like one thing with crews that helps, so the main like trick, which they are planning on reworking the crew system at some point this year, they've said. So if you're grinding a tank, say until you get to like tier 7 or so, one thing you can do is basically don't select a crew skill. And by that, so say you're at like a tier 6 tank and you have like 20,000 experience left to get to your tier 7, and your crew's at 100% and you have that little plus sign on, you know, basically to get a crew skill. Don't get that, because if you want to save some gold and or credits, basically if you don't assign a crew skill, when you put that crew, say, into your next tank, if you do that, when you go to retrain, the percentages, you know, so instead of having like 50%, 75%, and 100% for the free credit and gold options, say like the 50% might be like 80, and then the credit option might be like 100, to where your leftover banked unassigned crew skills or crew skill experience will basically transfer over into that base experience, if that makes sense. But that's where I should make a video and a guide for it. I've just unfortunately I'm getting like busier and busier every year, to where there's so many things I want to do, but it's not like, you know, I do this like full time like some other people making videos. But I will try to make one of those, because if there's a crew sale going on, it should be easy enough for me to make one, since I have some empty crews and stuff I need to assign them for. What do I think of the Prius? What do you mean, Alpha Dog? What tank, or are you talking about the car? If it's the car, I guess they're good. Yeah, I guess that is true. I could do it on the test server. That's a good idea. I'd have to see though. I think they reset the gold with the second iteration, because the first one I bought so many tanks and crews that I had no gold left, so I wouldn't be able to go over like the gold option. Hey, right there, Mr. M103. Really lucky I didn't pen you. FV4202. I've had a few people ask me about it. Like, it's not a bad tier 8 premium medium. There are better ones though, to where if you're using it for a crew trainer, you know, it's not bad as far as balancing goes. But stuff like the Prima Victoria, Lorraine 40T, they're going to make more credits. They're going to be a little bit more functional. I'm taking a pretty big gamble here going out as far as I am, but let's just get that guy out. Granted, he's the least smallest threat, I should say. Go lucky. Got an AP show up next, but I don't think I'm gonna get a shot on him. This M103's kind of been hawking me the whole. He's a goner. Wish I had Hesh here. I can't shoot an AP shot unless he gives me a little bit more. There we go. I know from experience that the M103 literally cannot stand up to a 183 regardless of the shell you throw at it. The M103 just doesn't have enough effective armor on its turret front to A, ricochet unless you hit like the really far edges of the turret, but also to prevent Hesh from dealing full damage sometimes. Oh my god, that was half on me, half on RNG, but I should have aimed more to the right. That was a bigger miss than it might appear. But angry at myself for that one. Kronwagen's not reloaded yet, but I missed a Kronwagen. I wasn't focusing on him though, because whenever I shot, he was not up there. Well, we were up by one. I'm about to get screwed over though, because kind of running out of tanks around me here. I tried to put myself out here so they might focus on me a little bit more, but didn't really work out as intended. ISU is kind of throwing a wrench into my plans here, to be honest. Not that this plan is working out very well for me. But if they push through the town fast enough, we might still have a chance here. Might. It's just, if I pull back too far here, the problem is this Kronwagen has a better shot at me. He can hit my lower plate, but really it's the only option I think I have, because I don't think they're going to choose to push into me. They're just going to flank me from behind. Oh, there he is. Now I can't even spot anything. Yeah, I'm definitely going to get flanked from behind, but I can't actually get screwed up there. Say I can't turn too much just yet. Just, I could have played that a little bit better. I don't know if that was worth it. Yeah, definitely not worth it. But maybe my team will win this. I think we're... Hey, little dog. This is definitely gonna be my last battle though. Let me pull up the credits here. But thank you very much for watching, guys, and also for the tips, the new subscriptions and follows. No, I know, that would be nice. Like, that's one of the things I think Wargaming's going to address when they rework crews, is basically removing the 50% through 100% crew system. That was probably the stupidest thing they could do. Is, yeah, literally all of those tanks were one-shottable. So they're basically driving with no cover and going towards the arty that's going to spot them, and they got shot from that way. So what I would have done there, granted, you know, I'm dead, so I can't really talk too much about that, is basically you try to spot the where... I know they didn't really have fast tanks there, but they should have just basically spot it using one tank, the other one shoot them. That way there's less of a risk, but unfortunately it doesn't look like it's going to pan out here. But thanks for watching, guys. My next stream, of course, is going to be tonight. It's going to be Battlefield 1, so there's a new DLC out for it, so that should be pretty fun tonight. But otherwise, my next stream for tanks will be coming up Thursday morning. If anyone wants a platoon, feel free to message me Thursday morning, and you know, I'll fit you in the best I can. Otherwise, have a nice one, guys. I'll see you around maybe tonight, maybe Thursday, or later on in the week. See ya.